Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Sports Saviors. It is Saturday, about 1:45. We have some breaking news reported by Adam Schefter. His
Yeah.
direct tweet. It says sources: Steelers plan to hire former Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy as their head coach. That was at 1:31 p.m. Obviously, he left out former Green Bay Packers coach as well. Local guy. Just off the bat, he's a good coach. Before anything that comes, I think this is going to end up, for me at least, being a little less positive than how I would feel about some other hires. But he's a good coach. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts opening up with?
Yeah. I'm not. I'll go on the same route that you're going. I think he's a great coach too. I think he has a Super Bowl championship under his belt. He has a pretty good record. We've seen him coach with Green Bay and with Dallas. Of course, in my opinion, he's kind of like a Mike Tomlin, which again is another good coach. But I do not think that he should be the guy that the Steelers hire right now with situation going on with this team. And it makes me think that if Mike McCarthy's hired, instead of bringing in new faces, that he may keep the same faces that Mike Tomlin had around, and we really won't see much of a progression this year for the new season coming in the fall. Again, breaking news: Adam Scheffler. Anytime he tweets something out, it's usually 100% correct. I'm kind of shocked right now. I kind of thought the Steelers were going to go a different route, picking a younger guy and going in a different direction. Just the way that the NFL is going and having a lot of younger coaches. The Steelers in the past, when they hired the coaches, they were younger. Not saying that Mike McCarthy's old, but
He's
he is
62.
older than the coaches they have hired in the past. So, yeah, well, yeah, he's old. So, yeah, that's it. So I don't know. I'm kind of shocked at this decision right now. I'm very shocked at the fact that they decided to go this route.
Yes, we got the first comment here. I'd rather have Shula. He was a name that a lot of people liked, and he would have fit in that mold that we were talking about with Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin. 30 or in his 30s, defensive guy. Tomlin's 53, so we're having a coach that's 9 years older than him. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but he's not going to have a tenure like Cowher and Tomlin. If you ask me, I think that's the main takeaway there. Maybe they wanted to bring in a guy who was a veteran because they knew that they needed a short-term gap because this team's going to have some issues, right? But overall, it's not an exciting hire by any stretch, and some people are not happy at all. Fuck this organization, and Rooney's he's an idiot.
Oh boy, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we also got a backup one of Cheap Bum. Yeah, I mean, this is not the hire.
Yeah.
His name was out there for sure. But I thought they were going to go young. I thought they were going to get something exciting. The thing is, this is a lot like Tomlin, and I don't think it raises the ceiling. And I do think it lowers the floor. So, what can you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that makes me think is that, with Mike Tomlin leaving, Aaron Rodgers was going to leave. And so now you hire McCarthy, and it's like, I'm guessing they're going to bring Aaron Rodgers back now because at least it's a guy he knows. And it also makes me think that even though they drafted Will Howard as a quarterback that they thought for the future, I guess they do not see him as a future guy moving forward with bringing in a younger coach. So they look at it as maybe, and I can just be speculating here that, they want to bring Rodgers back for another year and that they're going to draft another quarterback probably during the draft when it comes up in April. And it just makes me think that they just have no confidence in anybody on this team right now to be the quarterback. And I guess they feel Aaron Rodgers, even being 41, 42 years old, he's the guy that's going to help progress us, even though, again, like you just brought up, the ceiling is not being raised at this point. It's pretty much staying at the same level that it was with Mike Tomlin. And so now, are we going to see the same coaches be brought back? Are we going to see any new faces in the organization? I don't know. But at this point, it makes me feel like nothing's really going to change right now for the upcoming season in the fall.
Yeah, I think we'll see changes on defense. I also think Arthur Smith, if we are keeping Rodgers around, that Rodgers might he likes Arthur Smith, so there's a chance he stays around. He's been looking for other jobs, though. Obviously, he's interviewing all over the place. So I think that coaching-wise, there's probably going to be some movement. And you mentioned the ties to Rodgers. You got the ties to Pittsburgh. If those are the reasons he's hired, I don't feel those are great reasons. Someone brought up here in the chat, if we're going to go an older hire to go with McDermott, which I don't disagree with completely.
Yeah.
If it was between the two, I think I would rather McDermott. The argument against McDermott would be that he's a defensive guy and they want to go more offense. And obviously McCarthy is more of an offensive guy. With Will Howard, he's a 5th round pick. When you're drafting a guy in the 5th round, you're not expecting him to be the guy. I wouldn't put him too much into the discussion. If they need to get another quarterback, if they weren't to draft a quarterback, that would be a sign, hey, maybe there is something with Will Howard that they see. But otherwise, when you're going 5th round for a guy, you're hoping you get lucky. Maybe you get a Dak Prescott. Maybe you get – I'm not going to say Brady's name because I hate when people bring up Brady was a late-round pick. Maybe you get a Russell Wilson. But generally – when you're getting a guy in the 5th round, you're not expecting him to be the guy. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting to hire this quick either. There's still with all these names. Why not let you see what the 2 Rams guys can do on Monday? They could have came in for an in-person Monday. See what they want to do. I don't understand the need to make this move. Maybe they will. That this was. Schefter's report, it's not like an official signing. It says they plan to hire him as coach. So maybe something changes. Maybe they give somebody a chance to blow them away in an interview Monday. But right now, I don't think Schefter would put this out if it wasn't the case. So
no,
it is what it is.
What kills me is in the past what we've seen with the Steelers organization. If you look back at some of the hirings that they had, they usually take their time. With hiring coaches, it usually is one of the longer processes, and I'm just shocked that what we've seen with some of these other coaching vacancies. That some of these other other organizations, they've brought people back for second interviews, and we've only had a couple first interviews with a couple guys that come in, and like you said, we haven't even had the Rams guys come in. I don't know if the guy from the Dolphins, Anthony Weaver's come in. Ejiro Evero from Carolina. I messed that up last time. It was Carolina, not Cardinals. So Carolina, I don't know if he's even come in to got a chance to come in and interview yet. And the fact that they're already like just immediately, as soon as they interview Mike McCarthy, they're like, this is the guy. I know in the past that the Steelers have brought some of the older guys in from past teams and past coaching that usually sit in on the organization to make sure they are a perfect Pittsburgh fit. And the fact that like you just said, they haven't even let these other guys come in on Monday to even get a shot to even interview. And if Adam Schefter's saying this, then it's interesting to think that there probably isn't going to be any other coaching interviews at this point if this is what is being tweeted out right now. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe some other guys will get a chance. But if Adam Schefter is reporting this, he's usually not wrong, about all this stuff, and it's usually true. So I'm just shocked that this came this quick as it did, and this is who they're going to decide to hire as their new head coach.
And we shouldn't lose it. He is a good coach. He has a career 172, 112. And 2 record. That's a 608 winning percentage. 11-5 in the playoffs. He's got a Super Bowl win. I mean, it's just a lot like Mike Tomlin. And obviously they did not plan on firing Tomlin. So maybe they're thinking that they had to do this. Tomlin, for comparison, was 193 and 114 and 2. So definitely a little better at the 628 win percentage, but very similar. and McCarthy has a better playoff record where Tomlin's only 8-12 in the playoffs. So
yeah,
very comparable guys. I did not think this would be the move. That doesn't mean it has to be a bad move in the end either. I would have definitely liked younger. I would have definitely like someone who's more exciting. I don't think this raises the ceiling. I think this is the same. You're in the same spot you're in now. The question is, can you make this roster better? And they got a lot of old guys on defense. They got a lot of money on those old guys on defense. So next year doesn't look great in my eyes. We'll see if things change, but I think the ceiling's still a early playoff loss, and another season where we talk about drafting in the 20s and complaining about how we can't get over the hump right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, the draft is in April, so we have a little bit of ways for that, and then the off season's coming up soon, and I mean, we'll be talking about it. We'll see what type of moves they do and anything that may change. I mean, again, that preseason, August, September's down the road. We still have a ways to go with there, but right now, just shocking news is all I got to say right now, coming out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
As our good friend Ben would say, we got a Pittsburgh guy now, and Mike McCarthy is going to be the next Steelers head coach. It looks like, according to Adam Schefter. I think that's all we got to go through today, Lee. Just figured we'd pop on real quick and give the breaking news. Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy, welcome to Pittsburgh, I guess.
Yeah, welcome to Pittsburgh, Mike. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, I guess. But that's all we got for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I'll see you.